Hi guys, and big welcome to a competitive game, or well, competitive give and take. It's a little bit of a jank show, or let's just try some cool stuff in general, but some form of power level kinda in share. So we have some cool people here with us. Sadly, we couldn't get Kusa's virtual cam to work. It was sitting there and finding technical difficulties. So this is the first time we actually have someone playing real paper cards on this channel. It's about time, honestly. Kusa, starting player, what are you bringing here?
I am bringing an Esika pile. Utilize Esika's ability to give legendary creatures vigilance and the ability to tap for mana, and part of some combos or just ways to ramp up a lot of value on the board.
I'm playing the Scorpion God, the worst of the three.
Is that the Rakdos one?
That is the Rakdos one. I don't know what I was thinking when I made this deck, and that's kind of the weird thing. The goal of the deck is to make infinite mana, and I can win from the command zone with that, because I can put all of the -1/-1 cards on the Scorpion God, send to the command zone, draw a card, repeat, and then I think I fireball everyone if I remember correctly, and that'll win the game. It's a strange deck.
I actually kind of like it too. I mean, you have card drain interaction and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it wins from the command zone, so seems good. We'll see.
And then we have Celt. Whenever I bring Celt here, it's always mono black Seer Konrad.
Always. Gotta let people respect the name. So my deck also can win from the command zone, although infinite mana is a little bit more hoopty. In fact, I'm not sure offhand how to get infinite mana with this deck, but I'm probably just being dumb. It's Sir Konrad. It does Konrad things. It has a reanimation package. It has a little bit of a mill package. Just fun. Sometimes I win.
I'm playing Is-It Attraction. Now, I actually received a comment that said that this was a misprint, that she's supposed to be an acorn card, that she isn't legal in any form of Eternal format. However, she has the legal symbol. For those that don't know, there's some of the infinity cards or silver bordered cards are actually legal depending on what form of icon they have in the bottom middle, and she has the correct icon. But there's a chance that she's actually not legal. I'm not 100% certain about it. I actually do feel that she kind of works. But while we're on the topic, guys, what do you think of attractions? Just attractions in general.
I hate them. I refuse to learn them unless I have to. So I guess I have to now, huh?
You might have to now.
I would like to point out, I'm a judge and I don't want to learn them.
I think both. I know you specifically asked about attractions, but attractions and stickers, there's something interesting about it, but at the same time, I feel like there's so much in Magic already that it's not super high on my list to get really
That's a very good
really
comment.
Up to speed on. But when somebody figures out how to break them, I'll certainly make adjustments as necessary.
I kind of like that comment. Like, we don't need stickers. Like, energy and stickers are actually kind of similar. And why not just make more synergy instead of adding a new entirely new concept?
I don't like stickers. Attractions, just kind of another mechanic, but we already have so many mechanics in the game. Do we really need more that are just goofy?
They're overly complicated for a set that is already kind of complicated and goofy, and that's kind of the drawback of them.
I think the worst part is that they are actually kind of good, and they are legal in real formats, besides wonky, weird formats. So, all right, with that, I think we're ready to look at opening hands. Sadly, we can't do Kusa's, but you are going to be able to see Kusa's hand during the match.
Let's see, Blood Moon on turn 3. World Gorger, I prefer him in my deck. I think I'm going to mull, because I want World Gorger into my deck, not in my hand. Okay, alright. This one looks a bit better. Gemstone Caverns, Demonic Tutor, Cabal, Ritual. Yeah, I could turn 1, because red. Yeah, I could turn 1, the Scorpion God, just start beating face. Yeah, I think this is a keepable hand. Yeah, we'll give this one a shot. That could be fun.
So I really like this first 7. I think it's amazing. We have a Gilded Drake. However, Gilded Drake isn't like that great in this pod. Sure, we can steal the Scarab God. That could be good. That's some form of interaction and some form of card draw. Depending on what Kusa, the Esika player, puts into play, Gilded Drake could be good there. But I do think Gilded Drake will end up inside my Chromox, potentially for a turn 2 Myra here. And that's why I'm keeping this hand with the Ancient Tomb and Chromox. This hand feels great. I'm very excited. And with that, let's start the match.
Any pre-games? Did we? Do we do that already?
Yes, there is. I have a Gemstone Caverns, and I will exile, against my better judgment, I'm going to exile Cabal Ritual.
I am going to play this Verdant Catacomb as land for turn. I'm going to crack, take a life, drop, play an Ignoble Hierarch. I will pass the turn.
I'll play a Swamp. I will play a Jeweled Lotus. I'll tap and sack the Lotus. I will tap 2, and I will play the Scorpion God.
That came out a little bit too fast than I planned for.
And I will pass the turn.
And what is Scorpion God's power tough? That's a 6/5.
He's a 6/5.
That's a chunky boy.
He also doesn't... I basically don't play commander attacks on him ever.
Let's draw. I'll play Verdant Catacombs. Crack it for a Swamp of the Snow-Covered variety. Let's Imp Seal, and that'll be all.
Tap and draw a card. So that Scorpion God came out pretty quickly, and I can see a card draw for him already on the Ignoble Hierarch. However, I was planning on keeping my Gilded Drake a little bit longer, but it feels kinda tempting to take it now, honestly. I can pitch my Pixie Guild to it, the Chromox, and I can still do Commander turn 2. So that will very much hurt Keith, and I will have a card draw engine and interaction versus Kusa. Or on the other hand, letting Keith, the Scorpion God player, keep his commander. He can also do that, but that's card draw for him, and I rather have the card draw. Chromox. Imprinting this Pixie Guide. So we can tap for blue. Tap it for blue. Land drop Mana Confluence. Tap that one also for let's go blue. And here's the favorite Gilded Drake. We all love it. And I really love that Scorpion God. Give it here.
I'll bet you would. All yours.
And then I pass the turn. Go for it.
I'll untap, draw, Flooded Strand as my land for turn. Crack. I'll get that Tundra right there. I'm going to tap for a Soul Ring, tap, and play Luris. Shuffle and pass.
All right, so that basically couldn't have gone worse for me. I don't think I have a way to get back my Scorpion God, which means I guess I can only tutor and find out and pass. I just passed the turn where I'm at.
So yeah, I tutored for Mana Crypt. I think I'm just going to Crypt into Wheel, just to cause a little bit of chaos. This is not the start I really wanted, but, you know, you never want to tutor, drop a turn 1 tutor for mana, but sometimes you have to, you know. I'll go to my turn, top deck my top deck, play what I tutored for, Mana Crypt.
That is shocking. I am shocked.
In response, I'm going to play Vampiric Tutor.
So you're 100% gonna find like Homeward Path with that one, and I kinda wanna keep Scarab God. I will respond with a Mental Misstep on the Vamp Tutor.
How dare you? I passed priority though.
Mental Misstep resolves.
And assuming Dark Deal is good.
Yeah, I pass.
And with that, I will pass.
Untap and draw a card. Let's play this Scalding Tarn. I don't like the outcome here. We don't have our turn 2 commander anymore because we lost the Ancient Tomb, and we don't have a card in our hand. However, I'm really happy with the Scarab God right now because that's some card draw at the very least. Sacrifice Scalding Tarn. I find a Volcanic Island and I activate Scarab God's awesome evil ability and put a -1/-1 counter on that Ignoble Hierarch. Kill it, trying to kill it. And then I will draw a card because of that. And after that, I think I wanna... Who is using life here, actually? I think I've played against Celtic a lot, and I realized you don't use life in that deck because you're like that Phyrexian something Walking Ballista Necrotic Ooze combo, I think.
Yeah, I don't use life. Don't look at the mono black player. That'd be nonsense if I had a...
On the other hand, it
Necropotence.
feels like... I don't know what Keith is using life either. I think I'm gonna attack Kusa here because your board state feels pretty good. So yeah, 6/5 coming your way.
I will take 6.
And then I pass.
I'll draw. Play this Jeweled Lotus. Cast this Ignoble with Luris ability.
More stuff to eat and kill.
I will swing 4 at Mons.
I will take 4.
I will gain 4, and then I will pass the turn.
All right, untap all that stuff. I will play a mountain. I will tap 2 and cast Jet Medallion, and I think that's where I pass the turn.
That feels like a combo piece somehow. I will land drop, and let's just get Konrad in play. That feels smart, and that'll be all. For those of you who don't know, Konrad just deals damage when creatures enter a graveyard or leave my graveyard, and I can pay 2 to mill everyone for 1.
In response to cast, I'm going to tap 4 and play an Urtai Resurrected. I think it's going to kill this Scorpion God.
Actually, I'm gonna respond because the Scorpion God is a commander, so I will deflecting swat that, and you can have your card instead. I wanna kill your Lurus. Sorry.
He's also very easy card draw for you.
That feels real bad. I was trying to help you out there, Keith, but you know.
I appreciate it. He's my main source of card draw, so it feels bad right now.
And that's all for my turn.
Arid Mesa. Sacrifice Arid Mesa. Find a basic mountain. And I wanna cast my commander, Myra the Magnificent. And let's actually attack with the Scorpion God at Keith. No, let's go Celt actually. Celt, it's coming at you.
I feel very called out by that, but I'll take 6.
Pass the turn.
4/3 Edmond.
I take 4 damage.
Post combat Ranger Captain. I'm going to get this Valentin, Dean of the Vein. Cast the backside. The backside is Lisette, Dean of the Root. So Lisette, Dean of the Root is a 4/4. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain trample until end of turn. I'm not going to put 1/1s on the board with Scorpion. Any of my 1-drop, except for Deathrite, would just easily die to Scorpion King. So, and I will pass.
Smart. Very smart.
All right, so based on my hand, I basically have nothing because I can't play any 1/1s due to the Scorpion God, so that leaves out my Leaden Mirror. Twin Flame is half a combo piece. When Chromox, I don't want to get rid of my combo piece, so hopefully the other people have stuff. Pass the turn.
Land for turn. Tap my Crypt for a Mesmeric Orb. I'll go to combat. Keith, let's poke you for 5.
I will eat 5.
I will untap and I will mill 5 cards because I untapped 5 things. So land, Heuristic Study, land, and land. So 4 lands and a Heuristic Study.
That's
then
crazy.
I will draw a card. I'm gonna play this Mana Crypt. Alright, we're gonna be really evil, but like we're already evil, so we might just be more evil. Float a mana, Cyclonic Rift targeting my Gilded Drake. I want it back in my hand.
Yeah. No response.
My commander will trigger, and I will create a attraction. I will create this drop tower. If I visit, a target creature gains flying until end of turn, till any player rolls a 1, whichever comes first. Then I will tap this volcanic island and cast the Gilded Drake that I regained in my hand. On the ETB, I wanna grab Esika, God of the Tree. Pass the turn. There, go for it.
Urza's Ruinous Blast, Deadly Relic, Emil the Blast, and 2 lands.
And I think we take 1 because of Emil. Going to your grave.
Yeah, alright. Arid Mesa, I will crack. Alright, I will send 3 at Mons in the air, 10 at Celt.
10 at me? That's a lot of damage. I'll take 10 to the face.
I take 3.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. I'll pay 2. Void Mirror. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell.
Wait, that means that all my attractions don't work. I have a response. Hardcast Mindbreak Trap. Esika made it possible.
No response.
This will trigger my Myra and I will create an attraction. I will create Storybook Ride. On visit, exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of attractions you've visited this turn. You may play those cards this turn at the beginning of your next end step. If those cards remain exiled, put them in the bottom of your library and run. Oh, okay, cool. That is actually pretty amazing. There's a lot of strange attractions I don't really know what they sometimes do.
Yeah, I pass the turn.
On your end step, I will activate Konrad twice. Then I will untap and mill 6, which will include no creatures. A lot of good cards, but no creatures. Land for turn. Gonna attack the other black player for 5. The other primary black player.
I'll take another 5.
So I'm attacking the other black player because of the existence of cards like Ad Nauseam, Necropotence, that use life as a resource. So by attacking him, I'm taking away how many cards he could potentially draw later in the game if he slams a Necro or tries to jam a Ad Naus. Yeah, also by keeping all life totals slightly lower, it makes Konrad a little bit more annoying in the later game because everyone's life's getting a little bit low versus just, one person's life getting low. It keeps more interaction at the table up, which is important for a mono black deck because, I don't have Force of Will. That's all. Fast turn.
Okay, I'm going to my turn. I have 8 stuff that I'm gonna untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna mill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All cool cards going to the bin. 2 creatures were put into the graveyard, which means everyone but Celt takes 2 damage. I'm slowly dying here. Now my attractions trigger. Kusa, would you be so kind and roll a d6 die for me?
6.
Oh, thank you. Oh well, not that much. So I will visit both my attractions. So I will give my Scorpion God Flying, and I will now exile top 2 cards from my library, which should be Force of Will and an Island. So I can cast these cards this turn. If I don't, they go back to my library. Then I will draw a card for turn. I play this Mox Opal. I have Metalcraft, thanks to attractions, or actually have it without them. I kind of want to deal with Sir Konrad, and because you're killing me kind of here. So all my creatures are going against you. 1, 7, and 10 damage at you, Celt. Sir Konrad Mono Black.
I understand your logic, and I don't disagree with it, but I disagree.
I understand, but I'm dying. I mean, when that creature deck up there untaps everything, I might accidentally just die. So I currently have an absolutely amazing play. You see the Sir Konrad Mesmeric Orb is helping me out a lot. I have an Underworld Breach in my hand, and I mill like... I can win the game if I resolve a breach. There's a problem though. There's a Ranger Captain of Eos in play. Now I have a Force of Will that can interact with stuff, but I can't interact with the Ranger Captain, so in response to my breach, he's just gonna sacrifice it and I can't do anything. Also, if I start like killing it right now with the Scorpion God, he will sacrifice it too. So I think the best course of action here, strangely, is just to pass turn, have mana open, be ready to interact with the Scorpion God depending on what's happening around the table. If nothing happens, I'm gonna kill the Ranger Captain, go to my next turn, if I survive the turn cycle, that is. I mean, a 15 life and then Sir Konrad might kill me, but if I get there, I'm absolutely winning on my next turn.
Untapping 4.
And a milling 4.
Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it is 2 lands, a Swan Song, and a creature. The Drake is going at Mons. You know what? I'm gonna send an Exalted Drake at you then.
I will take 4 damage, go down to 10.
And I will pass.
Untap 2. Mill 2. Oh. Buy Cloudstone Curio. Draw for turn. Oh, that's somehow worse. Yeah, I'll pass the turn.
On your end step, I'm going to activate Konrad 1, 2, 3 times. So everyone mill 3.
Oh, I wanted that Toxic Deluge. Or that wheel.
All right, Joda, Bloodstained, Myra, and an Enlightened Tutor. So it's 1 creature.
Lions, Side Diamond, Merchant Scroll, and Urza's High Lord Artificer. 1 creature.
Necromancy, Dreadhorde Invasion, and Stinkweed Am. So that's 2 damage to the table. Mana Crypt, heads is damage, tails. We in there. I will untap 6 things to mill 6. I got Ooze, Stitched Together, Land, Ballista, Yawgmoth, and Ritual. So that's what, 3? So luck of the mill. I got my Necrotic Ooze, which my main win is an Ooze pile, and I have Ballista and Triskelion. If either of those was Phyrexian Devourer, I could go for the win right now, which I think that is the play by casting Delver to reanimate Ooze, going down to 1 life, and YOLO. But I don't quite have it, nor do I have any way, unless I'm blind, any way to tutor something to my graveyard. I have lines that are all just slightly out of reach, and that's gonna tap my Crypt for an Arcane Signet. I will attack not Locust God player, and with that, I will pass the turn.
I have stuff to do in your end step because there's like a small chance I win the match here, but like the chance is absolutely so. I don't think I'm gonna win, but if the Crypt doesn't kill me and if Celt doesn't kill me, so Mana Crypt,
go for
Opal,
it.
and this, I want to put a -1 mana counter on the Ranger Captain.
Yep.
1 more, please.
Okay, it's got 2.
And the last one, so it has 3 -1/-1 counters on it.
Sure, I'll just stack in response, but yeah, you still take a damage from.
We all
Konrad.
take damage, except
Everyone
for
take
Celt.
1.
Yeah.
Esika, Kusa, could you roll a die for me? Odd is damage, and the odd I die, even I stay alive.
All right, and then you also have actually you
I know,
untap
I'm
first.
gonna untap like everything, and there's a chance I die by critting creatures. I don't have many creatures though in my deck, so that one isn't that
Okay.
big. Come on now.
2, so you are alive.
I'm alive. Oh my god. So now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. So if I hit 2 creatures, I'm dead. 1, no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. I'm alive. I didn't take a single point of damage. Can I go to my turn? Then we're gonna roll for attractions. Kusa, do me the honors. Give me us a dire soul.
3.
I will visit both of my attractions, actually. I'm gonna exile, expropriate, and Ragavan into it, and I will give Scorpion God Lying. I need to go to combat.
At your beginning of combat step, before you declare attackers, I will activate Conrad once.
Opposition agent. That's 1, baby.
Mountain.
At a swamp,
So 1
Right.
damage. I mean, that was 1 life.
I will activate Conrad once more.
Yeah.
All right. Bayou.
Bitter Blossom.
Red Blast.
Luxury suite.
Oh, I'm
All right.
It makes creatures.
One more.
Chain of
boy.
Vapor.
I'll activate Conrad once more.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we hit a
Rift.
creature?
Jessica's will.
Ransack the lab.
Is that a creature? Ransack the lab.
It's not a
It
creature.
is not a creature. Kusa, what did you get?
No, I got a rift.
I'm alive?
How are you alive?
How
mean-
am I alive?
Does anybody have any ability to do damage to like my ignoble hierarch or anything like that?
Or untap anything?
No, I can't.
That's pretty lucky, man.
Honestly, that is extremely lucky. I mean, you're playing a creature heavy deck. There should have been a hit there on you, I think. I'm gonna close out this match, guys. So we're gonna begin with smacking Celt with my Scorpion God. Boom, killing Celt, killing the Sir Konrad, so I don't die here. Then after combat, I'm gonna cast this Underworld Breach. And I have 37 cards in my grave, and I've been milling very key pieces here. So I have, there it is. Lion's Eye Diamond were milled to my graveyard, and I have a Spell Seeker.
That gets you brain freeze.
I'm gonna cast Spell Seeker. That will find me Brain Freeze. I will go to my hand. I'll cast Lion's Eye Diamond and exile 3 crack. Lion's Eye Diamond, discarding Brain Freeze and this thing. And here I have a trick where I can mill myself out. What I'm gonna do once I mill myself out, because I don't play fast as Oracle, I'm gonna cast Chain of Vapor on my Mana Crypt, because I'm gonna sit here and take some turns so I don't die. So Chain of Mana Crypt goes to my hand.
Ah, Nexus Fate.
Take infinite turns.
So my ultimate goal is to simply just mill me out. I don't have any cards remaining in my library except Nexus of Fate, and I will only draw Nexus of Fate basically. And I don't have a single extra way of drawing extra cards except if I accidentally kill something with Scarab God, which I'm not gonna do. And I will sit here and attack everybody with my creatures that are big. And I do have the mana to cast Nexus of Fate over and over, because I can put some rocks into play from my graveyard to increase my mana potential. And my creatures also tap for mana because of Esika, and I don't need to use this mana confluence at all, because if I tap this mana confluence I actually die. And that's GG's. Super lucky. Should not have happened.